Hello and welcome to the AVFC STATTO preview show with myself, Dan Bardell, and Dale, the AVFC STATTO from Twitter. He's not just from Twitter, he's around in other places as well, but we mainly know him for what he does on Twitter. This show is sponsored by Luke Roper. If you want to get 20% off everything they have to offer, then the code is TVV20. They've got a new range out, I believe. So yeah, go and check that out and get 20% off using our code. Dale, STATTO, how are you?
Yeah, all good. All good. I'm looking forward to another edition of the Unai Emery saga this weekend. See what he can pull off against Bournemouth, who we've not had a good record against recently. So yeah, all good.
Yeah, Villa in decent form, 7 points from the last 9 available. We played a newly promoted side under Unai Emery yet. I feel like we haven't. Have we not? Is this the first one?
Yep.
Oh, great knowledge from me. Unbelievable at this time of night after very little sleep. Let's get the first stats up then. And as always, we start with Aston Villa because, of course, that's the team we all support. So Adam's just wheeling up his software now. There we go. Ollie Watkins has 13 goal contributions this season in the Premier League with 9 goals and 4 assists. That's already matched his tally from last season, which was 11 goals and 2 assists. So I feel the assists actually in some way, Dale, they've been overlooked a little bit this season. His goal contributions have been good, and the good news for us is he's in good form, and there's still a huge portion of the season left.
Yeah, with his slow start, wasn't it? I was Steven Gerrard. I think he got 1 goal under Gerrard and no assists.
Unsurprising.
Yeah. So 4 of his goals this season have come at home against Brentford, Liverpool, Leicester, and Arsenal. And then the other 5 have come away against Palace, Southampton, Man City, Everton, and West Ham last time out. 3 of those goals have been headed goals as well. 4 have been with his right foot and 2 with his left. So he's scoring all kind of goals, which is good. In his first season at Villa, he got 19 goal contributions.
Okay.
So he needs another 6 at the season to tie that record, which I think he might do. And there's a bit of a quiz question for you here. So only 4 players in Premier League history for Villa have over 20 goal contributions in a single season in the Premier League for Villa. Can you name them?
You know, when I said earlier to you before we came on that I think I know what you might ask me, and I'm prepped. It was not that. It's not what you've asked me at all. So Dwight York's got to be one.
Yeah, it's a Dwight York twice.
Is that 2? Have I still got 3 more to get then?
No, you've only got 2 more to get. Dwight York in 95-96 got 27 goal contributions in 35 games.
Yeah.
17 goals and 10 assists. And then the next season, he got 23 goal contributions.
I assume Benteke in his first season, because he was near 20, if I recall, and I'm imagining he got a few assists as well. So yeah. Benteke must be one.
2012, 2013, 23 goal contributions, 19 goals and 4 assists.
Yeah, the glory years under Paul Lambert. We all remember.
And the last one is going to be the hardest one.
Premier League only, is this?
Yeah.
It's a hard one, you're correct. I'm not feeling overly confident with this one. I don't think it's Gabby. You know who I think he is? I think it's Ashley Young.
Ah, you nailed it. Yeah, Ashley Young, 2007, 2008. Yeah. 22 goal contributions, 8 goals, 14 assists.
Yeah, because he got lots of assists. How 14 assists was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the season I would have called. I remember him getting a lot of assists, and I thought he must be somewhere near double figures in that season. There we go.
I was checking as well. And in the Championship, 2 players got over 20 assists as 20 goal contributions in the season. So Tammy was one. Who was the other?
I'm torn between 2 people there. I'm torn between Adoma and Kodja.
It's neither of those 2.
Is it neither of them?
No.
Really? Because that's the 2 top scorers gone from those 2 seasons. Is it Connor?
Nope.
Not Connor either.
He wasn't with us in the promotion season. Snodgrass.
Snodgrass got 20 goal contributions in the season. I don't remember him scoring that many. He must have got a hell of a lot of assists then.
Yeah. I don't have the number in front of me. I didn't write it down. But yeah, Snodgrass.
It was okay. I almost felt then as if you didn't like that I'd done well, so you had to throw something else in there that you thought I wouldn't get right. Because
I've always got something in the background to make sure.
I'd mastered what the ones you didn't think I'd get. So you threw something else in there to trip me up and make me look silly.
I got one more for the next one.
Oh, great. I felt I was unfortunate there. It was an unfortunate one. But Watkins, yeah, having a great season. If he gets those 20 goal contributions in the Premier League, that's right up there, in my opinion. If you say Dwight York and Benteke, they're probably the two best strikers I've seen play for Villa. I would say. If Watkins is getting in and around that, you've got to say he'd be up there. He's having a really good season, especially when you factor in what you said at the start of it was such a slow start under Steven Gerrard with his output. Unai Emery's done absolute wonders for him, so it's a fair play. Adam, you could wheel out the next stat, please. There it is. Oh, look at him. He's ready. He's firing. He's ready to go. With 9 goals so far this season, Ollie Watkins can become the first Villa player to reach double figures in 3 consecutive top-flight campaigns since Christian Benteke in 2012-13 to 2014-15. So did I read that right? Did I say 2 or did I say 3? I don't know what I said. It was 3. Anyway, 3 great seasons from Benteke in front of goal. Ollie Watkins special today, though.
Yep. I thought I'd shine a light on him because he's doing so well. So the first since Benteke. He can become the 6th Aston Villa player to do it overall in Premier League history.
So just 3 in a row.
Yep.
6 have scored. What was the question? I've forgotten what the question is.
So the Villa players to reach double figures in 3 consecutive top flight seasons for Aston Villa.
Dwight York,
1995, 1996, and 1997 to 98. Yeah.
So it's double figures in 3 consecutive seasons.
Yep.
How many? 6 people.
I know Watkins will be the 6th, so 5.
Just goals, sorry.
Just goals.
Dwight York. Dean Saunders? No.
Dean Saunders was the first to do it, 1992, 1993, 1994.
I rushed into that and I wasn't 100% convinced by it. Gonna go Dion?
So Dion's the only person who scored 10 goals in 3 seasons, but they weren't consecutive.
Come on, Dion, do better. You've got to do more there.
Not good enough. I
don't feel like it's Angel.
No.
It's Gabby one.
Yep. It's Gabby 2007, 2008, 2009.
How many have I got left to get?
2.
2 more?
One's obvious.
You say that? Well, you say it's obvious. Is it obvious? It's not obvious. Yeah. It's not obvious
Benteke.
To me. Oh,
Benteke.
Yeah, Benteke.
2012, 2013, 2014.
I wasn't calling you an idiot then, by the way. I was calling myself.
No.
I would have twigged that eventually. One more.
Yeah, one more.
I said it's not Angel, and you said that was right, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Top flight. Who haven't I said?
He's bigger than me, and he's bigger than you.
Oh, John Carew. Come on, Daniel. Yeah, fair play. Again, I wasn't 100% convinced he'd have got 10 in 3 seasons, but obviously he did.
Yeah, so he got 10 the same season that Gabriel Wangenhor did. So 2007, 2008, 2009.
Yeah, they're a good partnership.
They both got 10 each in 3 seasons.
Yeah, that's the dream when you've got both your strikers getting in double figures. Okay, well, I didn't do quite as well on that one, but I love a quiz. I like a quiz. He's late, lack of sleep, as I pointed out at the start. If I was in full match fitness, I think I would have got there and got all those. But yeah, fair play. I enjoy a quiz, like I say, so keep them coming because that's something I really enjoy. Let's look at our opponents then this weekend. It is Bournemouth, who Dale mentioned Villa don't have a great record against. Bournemouth beat Liverpool 1-0 last time out, their 6th Premier League win of the season. They are yet to win back-to-back games in the competition this campaign. We love stuff like this, Dale, because you know what this means. It sets us up for a complete fall. Not surprised at that, though, with only 6 wins, that they've not managed to get the back-to-backs. They'll probably look at this as a semi-decent opportunity, with Villa's home form hasn't been scintillating. Yeah.
I put that stat on Twitter early in the week, and there's some just meltdown in the comments, like, "Oh, typical Villa, the gif with the door and like just showing Villa like open the door and stuff."
I feel like we've bounced. We've not been so bad with when we've done these shows and bad things have come out and we've thought, here we go. I feel like it's not happened more often than not.
So their record following a win this season is played 5, drawn 2, and lost 3. But it's a bit Villa in the first game of the season.
I remember it well.
Everyone remembers that, don't they? And then they lost to Man City. They beat Nottingham Forest, drew to Newcastle, beat Leicester, drew to Fulham, beat Everton, lost to Chelsea, and then beat Wolves and lost to Man City. So, it's not easy games they're coming up. They're meant to lose those games. But if you look at their record in the last 5 games in the Premier League, it's actually pretty decent. They drew to Newcastle 1-1 at home. They beat Wolves away 1-0. They lost to Man City, lost to Arsenal, and then beat Liverpool. So it's not like it's a bad run they're on.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. All right, then. Let's do the second Bournemouth stat then, please, Dale. What have you got for us? I'll say, Dale, what have you got for us? Like, you're in control of this. Adam's in control of it, isn't it? Isn't he? Bournemouth have scored exactly twice in each of their last 4 Premier League meetings, with Aston Villa winning both games at Villa Park 2-1 in that run. I remember both those games. Actually, one was the relegation season, wasn't it? And the other was the season when we came up and Tom Heaton on his home debut, probably for the first time in his life, just decided to run off his lawn and just take Callum Wilson out. So, yeah. So they've had a couple of good days at Villa Park, haven't they?
Yeah, they won their last 4 in the Premier League. Our last win against Bournemouth was the Rudiger Stead one. And that is our own. Yeah, and that's our only win in the last 5. And we lost the next 4. The last time Villa won at home against Bournemouth in the league was in 1972, and that was in Division 3. But granted, we've only played them 10 times in our history.
Okay.
And we did beat them at home in Villa Park in the league, in the FA Cup in 2015, with goals from Carlos Hill and Andy Weimann.
Well, I do remember that game. I remember that was when Delph just on a new contract, I think, and he was wheeled out to celebrate his new deal. But I think it was that game anyway. I feel like it was. I wasn't alive in the 70s when Villa last beat Bournemouth at home.
Me neither.
I'm sure Adam remembers it very, very well. Producer Adam. Let's finish then with the peak Villa section. Here it comes. Aston Villa have won just 2 of their last 10 Premier League games against promoted sides and are winless in their 3 such games this season. Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. My neighbour's just decided to start having a party, which is great news when I want to go to bed. So, yeah, that feels peak Villa. I feel like we've struggled against newly promoted sides for a while.
Yeah. So this season we lost to Bournemouth on the first day. We drew to Nottingham Forest and then lost to 3-0 to Fulham, all under Steven Gerrard. And the last one was his last game. Yeah. And then last season we lost both games to Watford. We drew one and lost the other against Brentford. And then we won both games against Norwich.
Yeah, so unless it's Norwich, we've not been very good against promoted teams. That was what I thought you were going to ask me. Who were those 2 wins against? And I assumed they were both against Norwich because we beat them twice last season. Yeah, newly promoted sides, unless it's Norwich, Villa largely haven't wanted to know over the last few years, which is very strange. I remember a couple of wins in lockdown. We beat Fulham a couple of times in the lockdown season. We beat West Brom actually in the lockdown season as well, when Dirty Bertie Traore scored that lovely goal. I love one of the best goals of the season for Villa. That was, but generally I do feel like it has been a struggle against newly promoted sides. But I'm feeling relatively confident going into Saturday. I think Bournemouth have picked up some decent results recently, but I would expect I'd hope that we'd have too much for them at home. Of course, Tommy Elphick is assistant manager for Bournemouth now, so he'll be standing on the sideline. Recent former Villa player, not often that will have happened. But yeah, you feeling confident, Dale?
So I am. The one thing that worries me is the height. So our last game we gave away, was it 12 corners?
Yeah, I was worried every corner West Ham put in.
I feel like if we do that on Saturday, we're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I think we'll be. I thought we actually dealt with the corners relatively well. Although I was nervy, I didn't feel like Villa were nervy with the corners coming in. But yeah, they looked against Liverpool. They looked quite dangerous from set pieces. Yeah. It was interesting as well. 6'5" Luke Billing was taking the corners as well, and they still had some big players in there. But they caused us massive problems from set pieces in the reverse fixture when they played us on the first game of the season. But I don't think Kiefer Moore will play it that weekend. I don't feel like he spent much time on the pitch recently. I don't know whether he's injured. I should probably find that out. But we made him look like he was the best striker in the world the first game of the season. So I don't really want to see him on the pitch again. I imagine Conser and Carlos are still having nightmares about facing Kiefer Moore on the first day of the season. That does us. Thanks very much for joining me today, AVFC STATTO. Everyone, please look out for all STATTO's great stuff that he puts out on all forms of social media. I enjoy seeing them as ever. Thanks to Adam for producing, and thanks to those that have tuned in live. I'll be back tomorrow, I think I've said, for a proper match preview show. No idea who that's with. Been a busy week, not organised at all, but watch out for that. Subscribe to the channel with your post notifications on, and you'll know exactly when that video's coming. Have a good sleep. I intend to. Up the Villa.
Of the Villa.